All right, if you're really interested in doing this thing, send me an email so we can make.
So I really want to do this, and I want to do maybe a stitch to this. I recorded something, and TikTok deleted it. I don't like this platform. I like the numbers, and I like the stitch function, but I recorded this whole thing, and it's gone. I'm gonna record it again. Um, Here's my background. I'm Dave. I'm DMMan33. I've been regularly commenting on all the videos because I've loved history my whole life. And it's because of this one huge contradiction that I keep talking about. That you grow up with British children's literature. Roald Dahl, C.S. Lewis, J.R.R. Tolkien. In my case, it was Wilbur Awdry, the Thomas the Tank Engine guy. Came to the States at the time I was born. So it's like, I was already proud. Wait, Britain is where all this wonderful children's literature comes from. And then you learn about the revolution. It's like, oh no, Britain is an evil land of tyrants. And that contradiction, and I think anyone who gets into the revolutionary period, like they deal with it. They might ignore it, but it's there. Dealing with that contradiction. But not a lot of people really look at it seriously. They usually do. They go to the Patriot myth. They go to, oh, the great founders. Or the liberal critique of that, they really weren't so great, were they? Look at their slavery and genocide, which I think is really important. But, and a lot of people are doing that. And it's really important. But here's where I'm coming from. My background is in theater and history. Kenneth C. Davis really got me into history seriously. Then before that, it was the Hornblower series on A&E in the late 90s. And that's what really got this thing. I was already primed from as a kid. Then I see this TV series. So wait, that's in the American Revolution, right? I should root against this guy. I should root against Hornblower. Oh no, it's in the French Revolution. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. History can have multiple perspectives. It's not we're the good guys against the whole world. I want to know what other people think about this. I think a big part of public history education on an individual level, what historical narratives did you integrate individually on an individual level? What'd you integrate? What'd you question? And these videos want to get me to start seriously looking at public history. Like even getting like a certification in it or something. And this class sounds amazing. But I think it might be a good idea for the community. Everyone kind of share their path into it. So my path into it was British children's literature, Hornblower, so Boys Own, teenage series, Kenneth C. Davis, don't know much about history, his whole series. Then in college, I was a history theater double major. And where I went to, they had a class on revolutionary America. And I thought about taking it, but I ultimately didn't, partially because like the way the schedule, the curriculum worked. But also I was like, wait a minute, this is just going to be more Patriot myth stuff, right? Because like you go to the bookstore shelves and you see a lot of Patriot myth stuff. And so that's what you think it is. You take AP US history, and they don't really challenge that myth. They expand it. They say, the importance of slavery in like the whole core of the nation, of genocide in the core of the nation, but they don't go to actually challenging the Patriot myth. They just don't go there. And I thought they wouldn't go there at the college level either. So what I did for my thesis, I really wanted to really challenge this. I looked at the relationship between theater during the Revolution. And what I found out was the Continental Congress banned theater, and the British Army opened up theaters. I did a one-man play about it. It's on my YouTube channel. It's called Playing at War. Maybe I can post it here on TikTok. I don't know. So I tried to be a theater artist who works with history. So I didn't know about public history as a field. I thought public history was what all historians did. K-12 teachers, museum and historic site people, artists who work with history, professors. I thought they were all already doing public history. And so it took me forever to realize that, no, public history is a specialized field. But it shouldn't be a specialized field, should it? Shouldn't it be what all historians are trained to do? Usually there's a bit of historiography, which should also be a part of that training. But public history is so important. Think about the other sciences, that publication of information is about the scientific method. Well, that applies to history as well. I'm making this because I want to really promote discussion amongst public history people. And you probably already have this discussion. But maybe it's individual people who just find this stuff, sharing their stories. I think that's useful and valuable. Maybe we can have some more good discussions coming out of it. And this class sounds amazing. I just sent the email. Because I think it's so important. And I think keeping public history within academia, I don't know how sustainable that is in the long term. Because I think it's important to see that anyone can open a YouTube channel and start talking about history. But of course, there's no accountability. But the people who care are all about accountability. They do put the sources in. And I think what public historians can do is actually be engaging in that process. Public historians should be connecting universities' history department with their arts department, with their journalism department, because that's how people learn history. If you're studying a particular period, you should be in touch with the YouTubers who are working on that. It isn't a big part of public history, since it's all about public engaging with history, about coordination between historical mediums, not just in the academic journals, but in the historic sites, in the schools, in the arts, in social and digital media. Shouldn't public historians be all about connecting those different domains, as well as being across time and place and specialization? These are the things I want to talk about in this class. These are the things I want to talk about with all of you, this whole community. And that's why I comment on every video. I'm not just doing it to show off how cool I am. I'm not posting all my freaking books to show, oh, look at these cool books. No, I want other people to look at them and read them. It's so, because I think it really is so important. It's vital. We have to be having historical conversations everywhere. So, for example, last night I was with some arty people, and they brought up Uncle Tom's Cabin like it was some big, wild revelation. It's come on. Most people who know their history, they know what Uncle Tom's Cabin is. They know what it was. They know why it was so important. Realizing that the depths of ignorance non-historians have is vast. And that is a problem that we can solve without writing a PhD. Do you need a PhD to be able to tell people what Uncle Tom's Cabin was? Because I think history is so vital. And public history is the way to ensure the public seriously engages with history. And it really shouldn't be specialized. And I think the internet has the potential to really solve that problem. But to solve that problem, academics and artists must talk to each other. This is why I'm constantly talking about Atin Shea Films, Brandon Fisichella, because they're the YouTubers working in this space. They should know about you. You should know about them. Same with any and every other field. Let me know what you think. Please, seriously, it's that important.